bullets are froze up here. Another one in here. You coming? Yeah. More eyeballs anyways. Hey guys, thanks for tuning into GAPTRaX again. In tonight's video, my wife and I go out to check on the homeline. We end up, we get a couple catches and set up a quick lynx pen, and like most days, turns into an adventure. So hope you enjoy. So let's get at her. Thanks again. Okay, midweek check. We're just heading out on the homeline. Just want to do a quick little follow-up here. A few days ago I posted when we got a big snowfall here of my runway. It was I don't know, we got over a foot of powdery snow there one day, so I decided to come out and pack it down. Then we had some really warm weather, so it's a bit of a follow-up. This is rock hard, so you can't see down there because it's dark, but I want to show you another thing here. I got this headlamp, we'll see how it works, off Amazon, and I don't know if the camera's picking that up or not down there, but I can see the trees like really good. And my runway is the better part of 1,000 feet long here. And rechargeable battery, comes with a cord to charge your phone off the battery, like basically a battery pack. So a little heavy on the head, but anyways, runway's turning out awesome. Super Cub is pretty much ready to go. Just got to do a run up on it and do an engine break in, and we're good to go. So anyways, let's go hit the trail. Conditions that I'm pretty darn impressed with this expedition here. Hard snow, slow going. Any of my other sleds that I got, they'd be overheating by now. This thing works pretty good for that. Seeing quite a few moose tracks here tonight. That's sure nice to see. Didn't see too much of that here this last hunting season, so happy about that. We're gonna get in here and check a few wolf snares, drop some bait. I think the plan is to set up a lynx pen, because we're sure seeing lots of rabbit tracks out here this year. Seen a few cat tracks, so go check that out. Oh, some more moose tracks there. Below zero for a couple days, but still some water on the ground here, so hopefully the big holes up ahead are stiffened up a bit. So okay, let's go get to some wolf sets here. Okay, looks like we got one here, and looks like he's alive, so Oh, he's nice and big. Finally. Big one. Gonna get in there. Get off to the side of him. Okay. We'll dispatch this guy and then bring you back in. Oh. Bullets are froze up here. Oh. Don't like that. I'm gonna have to take this gun in the house there, thaw it out a bit. This guy's not really moving around, so he must be ready to go. Okay. Always try and lung shoot those guys. Okay, let's go. Check a few more here before we give that guy a minute to expire. We'll just give that guy a minute there. We'll go check the other side of the road. That's a big one. Another one in here. You coming? Yeah. More eyeballs anyways. Jesus, this one's alive too. Huh? You need the gun? I got it. This light is awesome. You got your lighter? This is what I seen the other day when I looked in. I seen eyeballs and then I run for the gun and it was gone. He's right here. It's just a coyote, this one. I'm not sure why that little coyote's alive, but you see him? Okay. Oh, that snare is down, so uh-oh. Another chew out. That's 3 chew outs this year. Oh, you can hear my sled beeping. It's overheating. It had shut itself off. Huh? Okay. Well, I'll deal with these in the daylight another day, but that gonna have to figure something out here. I had like 3 or 4 snares that were a little bit too small a cable maybe, so I'm gonna have to try and find the last couple there and take them out of here. Oh, okay. Okay, let's go hop on the sled. We'll go and check the snares. I got another bait up the trail, and then we'll come and grab these guys. Sure nice that sled shuts itself off instead of cooking itself. Perfect. Okay, let's go to the next set and we'll grab these dogs and we come back. Okay, I never seen no tracks out there around this bait, but that last bait we got a wolf and a coyote, and never seen no tracks around there either. Kind of lost my track coming in here, so I gotta figure out where I am here. Nothing there. I can see the snare there. I'm not sure you can see it on the camera, but and then I pretty much walked right through one here, but nothing there. That one is, you know, the hoop's kind of small. The lead's kind of dangling down in front of it, but I don't really want to walk over there and mess with it. So I'm gonna leave it. But I think I've been setting my hoops a little long or something, because I'm getting some. I had 3 chew outs this year, and I think they're getting caught a little far back in the neck. That wolf we got tonight, he was a little bit far back in the neck, so we'll have to tighten these up a little bit. But anyways, gotta go down the trail here a few hundred yards and check some more. My beautiful wife with me tonight. Perfect. Okay, let's go check these ones down here. really give out underneath me, so going back might be a little different. Oh, there's another one. Okay, come in to check this guy out here. Oh yeah, he's gone. Sure look big. Look at him, he's chewing on that guy too.
Hey, he's big.
Yeah, he's, you know, his catch is a little far back on his neck, so he's a big one. Oh yeah. Perfect. Okay, I'll take some stills here. Okay. Whew. This guy's close to 100 pounds. Thinking. Not heavier than the... This is number 5 this year. That means 27. Woo! 27 dogs. Or wolves, not dogs, but 27 wolves in the last 3 winters, 2.5 winters. So we are just barely past our first week in December, so we got all winter to go yet. Okay. We'll leave this guy here. We got bait to go dump, and we gotta set up some lynx snares tonight, so we'll grab him on the way out. Perfect. Oh yeah. Okay. Decent sized coyote. Okay, we're just heading over, cross over the pond, and I'm getting over closer to the water's edge. We're gonna put some of this bait, and well, there had been some dogs around here at least a couple days ago before it cooled off, obviously, but anyways, I got some butcher scraps here. Toss them around here and hopefully brings them in again. Okay. Oh, just across the swamp here, and there's been some wolves over here. I just wanted to video this because I don't know, a week ago I pulled my footholds out here because it's too warm to get across every couple days. So anyways, I pulled my foothold from right there. There's a footprint right on it. Probably would have been frozen in anyways, but anyways, that's how it goes. So a few butcher scraps around here, and it's gonna fire up, go over near the bush there and check the snares we got in there. Okay, head in here and check out our snares that we had in here. We just put these ones in here. I videoed that. Oh. Here we go. Got another one, baby. Smaller one. Okay, I had another set over there. Oh, it's still up. But you know what? Let's go look. Because looks like there's footprints right through it, but it's melted and it kind of looks like rabbit tracks actually now that I look. Can you bring those pliers out of the box? They're in that green bag. Okay. This guy's frozen. Littler. That's nice. That's number 6 for the year. And you know what? Winter and a half ago, we got pictures from the air. It was a pack of 17. And we got a picture of 15 of them just in one slash there, and whittled them down. I had on some trail cams here a month ago. There's only looked like 2 or 3. So if this one was traveling with the one that we got earlier tonight, well, I'm gonna have to wait for another pack to come in pretty soon. So, yeah, little guy. Okay, we'll cut him out here. Take some pictures.
All right.
Yeah.
Just cutting this guy out.
This guy, cutting him out, but look at his catch. He's like right up behind the ears. And you look around the bush. There's like this guy didn't fight, not like the other one. So those other ones, I think I had my hoops too big. Like this guy didn't even pull the cable off of the support wire. Like this guy expired fast, which is exactly what we want. So I'm gonna have to come over here and adjust a bunch of my snares. I'll put a new one up here because he hardly made a disturbance here. So obviously he's got some smells around here, but it ain't all tore up. So okay, I'll pick them up. They're still heavy, but here, can you take the pliers there? There he is. I'll turn my light off here and we'll get some pictures. Lighter than the other one. This is stinking though. Kind of roundabout way how we got in here then. Still trying to stay off this. Okay. I was kind of hopeful when I seen this soft lynx oats and where I mixed them. I put this in. Oh, he's not as small as I thought he was. Let's see. That's female. That's female, and the other one's a big male. Okay, let's go grab those other dogs and set up a lynx pen. Okay, so we went and checked that other site, got that other wolf, and on the way back I'm like, geez, there was wolf piss everywhere. I forgot to get it. So here we are, back to get some wolf piss. Okay, there's a couple spots here, but that's the biggest one. So we're gonna get it. We're gonna share that with Buddy across town, because my buddy on the other side of town, he just got his 4th wolf today. And it's kind of a cool pack he's working there. They're all dark gray, black, really cool looking dogs. A lot different than the ones that I've been getting around here. So pretty cool to see. Anyways, I'll harvest this up and either get it to him or use it out on our main line there up north. So okay, let's get at her. Coming down the trail there, we just seen a couple nice spots where there's lots of rabbit tracks, so I think it's a good spot to give her a go in a lynx pen. So I haven't gone after lynx. I've caught a few lynx, but haven't gone after them. So like a bunch of people, this is some YouTube learning for me, watching a bunch of other YouTubers. So give her a go. Trapping my whole life, just not specifically for lynx. Okay, I'm gonna go back there. Kind of nice. The ground is soft under there. You can feel a little chips and right into the mud. So freeze in there good.
So you're making a wall?
Yeah, two-sided. Kind of make a tunnel in there. Put the bait in there on a stick, and you know, you guys I see there, they actually tie the snare to a pole. That way when the cat gets caught, he doesn't tear the set all up. Sort of tries to take off and he can get away. You know, hardly ever do I see them looking like they make it past 20 feet. So then the set don't get all buggered up.
Did you bring the catnip that I won at the Christmas party?
No. That's yours.
Have to bring that back here later.
That was yours. I'm not in charge of that. I'm not getting in trouble for using that one. It's yours.
Wait until I get my set for my box.
Yeah. Yeah, so we went to the local Trappers Association Christmas party here last week, and Tila won a 280 box. It's pretty cool. And the local trappers there, which I think they got a page too. Figure out the name of it, but the Murray made some boxes, pretty cool, but just so happens I don't even own a 280, so I had to order some from Halford's. And our daughter, she's in Edmonton this weekend, so she's bringing it back. So next week we'll get that set up.
Part of my Christmas present.
Yeah. There you go. Okay, do a couple short ones, like split it up. Oh. Yeah, just making things out of sticks. I don't know. When I own a steel fab shop, I'm thinking, okay, I gotta make some mesh hoops to bring out here. Very quickly.
I think they like the natural habitat.
No different than my big cubbies though, they just cover them up. I think I'll try and lean those in so if it snows it kind of keeps the snow from getting in here. Maybe so it's up off the ground. Keep the little critters from getting at it, maybe, I don't know. But I think some of these little pine branches on there, a little bit pokey, might help deter them. I'm trying to stick their head in there where there's no snare. Geez, all these trees are dying around here. Not much for needles on the branches. Okay, let's go get some wire and some snares. You know what else I see? I see them hanging CDs out on the trails. And, which I get it, light flashes off of it, but I keep thinking, who wants to do that? I still listen to my CDs. Waste the CDs. Okay, I'm gonna use this galvanized wire I got. I wouldn't use this on the wolves because one, it was just laying in the bait, it's gonna stink. But I don't think all the smells and stuff seem to affect the cats as much. I don't know. Prickle bushes here because I think that's kind of what bugs the cats. Not sure though. But anyways, I don't think I'm going to do the drag pull here just because we're kind of running out of time. So I'm going to tie it to this pole and see how that works. Yeah, that's not. I should use some pliers on that and tighten it up. Snares. Now this is what they're made for. I'm not sure why I got those other little 1/16 ones on that wolf trail, but there ain't gonna be no more of those. Okay. Not sure.
So you're setting the snare similar, but it's just a little smaller.
Similar. It's a smaller wire. This thing's oddball shape. Smaller wire, smaller hoop. So, you know, speaking about getting rid of the prickle bushes, well, here I'm gonna poke a few more back in there just to get their chin up over top of them. There we go. Okay, that's too bad. Lots of times we catch two cats just because
Got one at each end.
one at each end, yep. I'll have to make sure I let my outfitter buddy know I've got some snares out here for cats, just in case he has his dogs out here. I don't know if he'd bring his dogs out here anyways, because he knows how many bloody wolves are around here, so. Oh, looks like the only place for him to stick his head right there. Decided not to use a pole, but something a little bit different. I'm just gonna hang this stuff off the ground here, off the wire. Same difference. I'm gonna throw some out in the bush around here, but there, I think we'll give that a go. Don't really have the right bait tonight for cats, but we'll ribbon this up so we know where it is, and maybe come back in a couple days and rebait it. And so, okay, let's get these dogs home. Okay, back home here. We had to head in the house there, make ourselves some dinner, and charge up my phone a little bit. Killed every battery we had out there tonight, so it's coming. We're gonna weigh this guy, but man, this guy's feet are huge. So anyways, I'm gonna get the scale out and hang this guy, and we'll see what they weigh. That female underneath there, she's pretty big too. So coyote, that's not too bad. So okay, let's get him hanging. Well, it's not the heaviest dog I've ever got, but not the lightest. Not quite 100, but I'll take him. He sure felt heavier than that to me, but good looking dog. You know, hardly any red belly. A little rub here on his hip. I don't see no shoulder mite or, yeah, that looks more like a scar actually on his hip. So right there, yeah. So yeah, nice looking dog. Better get this one to the tanner. Okay, this female we got here tonight, a little bit smaller, but decent sized dog, 69 pounds. She's got a little bit of red belly in her, not too bad, but same thing, she's all rubbed off, her shoulders are, oh, look at all those guard hairs are gone. So not much value in her, but I don't know. It's still nice to get the breeding stock out of the way with these guys, so pretty happy. Cool. I'll weigh that coyote just for fun here. Okay, not a bad sized coyote for these parts here, but 22.8 pounds. Big difference from the wolves there. So anyways, better get wrapped up. So sure appreciate you guys all sticking through another one. Couple pieces of bait left. So anyways, if you haven't yet, give her a like and a subscribe, and we sure appreciate it. See you on the next one.